See?
There are a few people here that have not been here before, so
Sure.
you will give a little bit of
Sure, definitely.
and your team.
Okay, sure, definitely. My pleasure.
And since Luciana played tango, I hope that you can play bossa nova.
Oh God, oh God,
Otherwise
oh
you're in
God.
trouble.
I don't have to teach you about music, guys. You have the best music ever. So why should I do here? So, folks, can we start? Can we start?
There is
So-
one recommendation.
Stand next to the
Okay, sure. Folks, first of all, I need somebody to take a picture of me to show to my father and to my wife because I'm wearing this. My father is a lawyer and he never sees me like that, so if somebody can take a picture, that would be nice. Because right now I am converting to a typical tourist. And you know why? Because I think the best thing I can do here. Oh, back to, okay. Sure. My father always gives me shoes.
Look very serious.
Oh, don't include the sneakers. Please don't include the sneakers. Only the side.
And look very
Yes, very professional. Yes.
entrepreneurial.
Very entrepreneurial, yes. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So the thing is, you know why, I used to work on television before. Do you know why TV people wear black all the time? Because we are not here to be seen. We are here to see. So that's what I have to bring to you guys here. We are here to see and to learn from you. So inspire as...
What can we do with your white shoes then?
Oh, yeah, I forgot my black shoes. So inspire es nuestra propuesta, es our proposal. We are team 2. So I have a question for you guys. And first of all, it's so nice to be here. You know why? You have something that my city already lost. So let's keep that in mind. So what inspires you? Is it the future? Some artificial intelligence with abundance of trash? Is that it? It's funny because art today, if you go to the movie, art doesn't inspire you anymore. When I was a kid, the 21st century would be wonderful. But all we have is Trump, Brexit. What is the future? So what inspires you? So sometimes in talking about art, this used to be art. This was not meant only to inspire, that was meant to aspire. The Greeks, they aspired to be better people. They aspired to be like gods. So, but progress is fragile. We lost that for like 1,000 years. All the Greek civilization is almost gone, right? So, and some ideas get lost. For example, some words get lost. For example, there is a word in Greek that I love. I used it in Cuidarme. Cuidarme was the previous project. I was in that team. This is the ultimate goal for a Greek. The most important thing. Do you know what eudaimonia is? Money, sex, happiness? No, eudaimonia means autonomy, means personal growth, means self-acceptance, means purpose in life, environmental mastery, and positive relations with others. I think we lost that. But one word didn't get lost in Greece, and that's a word that defines Greece today. It's a word that is very hard to translate. The word is philotimo. Philotimo is what makes a Greek old lady. You are lost in the street, and she, how can I help you? I'm hungry, I will give you food. And she sees a boat of refugees. She'll jump into the water to save the refugees. Why? Because philotimo means doing the right thing for the city. This is something that defines Greece today. And the thing for me is the agora, the dream, the Greek dream of the city, where the citizens are in power. How can we recreate the agora? We are losing that. Everybody has smartphones and everything, but we are losing the agora. How can we get that back? How can we fix the polis without philotimo? Disruption, tech revolutions. There is somebody once said that the French, they love revolutions because they cannot fix anything, so they do revolutions all the time. So if, for example, we're talking about classical Greece, right? If Homer was seeing that picture, he would have one problem. You know what problem Homer would have in this picture? They didn't have a word that we have. In classical Greek, there is a word missing. If you read Homer, Odyssea, Lokeseia, there is a word missing. You know what the word is? Blue. Blue as the sky in Medellin. And this is what this spider is all about. I want to bring back the blue. So this is Team Inspire, Catalyzing a Clean Future. This is Team 2. You already know Jabin, Sasha, Samuel, Georgie, and me, Rene, the weird guy. And she was talking about abundance, right? Yeah, that's a city of abundance. Not only of flowers, I took many pictures of flowers and nice people, but also of innovation. So many awesome innovations, so inspiring, and so many awesome people. We talked to a lot of people too. But we have, okay, first impression, abundance of initiatives, right? Right. But there is another thing too. Not a lot of visibility. You deserve more visibility. People should know what you are doing. Not everybody knows. So many new initiatives. I talked to Maria Vitória, I talked to José Gaviria. So many initiatives that people don't know about it. So there is another problem with visibility. Pollution. Pollution is there all the time, but people only see it twice a year. So pollution should have more visibility too, because most of the time it's not a problem for people. So from our perspective, you have pretty much everything. You don't need gringos coming here to tell you what to do. You don't need anything. You have pretty much, you can teach us how to make a better city. You can teach São Paulo, you can teach everything. But there is a lack of synergy. Things are not connected. All the efforts are disconnected. So this lack of synergy, also a lack of engagement. People are not getting involved. So many nice projects here don't have enough engagement. So there's a lack of engagement. So as a result, there is a lack of positive changes. So what is missing here? So you have pretty much everything, right? You have skilled people, initiatives, universities, blah, 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 Ruta N. What is missing here? And I will go back to chemistry. What is missing here is catalysis. We are missing here some kind of element that exponentially accelerates interactions. That's what catalysis does. We have to catalyze things between existing elements and promote transformations that otherwise would never happen. We have to catalyze things here. You have pretty much everything. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. And what are we catalyzing here? For me, there are 4 dimensions here. 4 dimensions. Companies, citizens, governments, initiatives. 4 dimensions. You know what those people should be doing? Citizens should be heard by the government. They should engage with initiatives. They should discover new products and services. They should become aware of air quality impacts. Citizens should adopt more sustainable behaviors. Citizens should have a visible impact on air quality. What about the government? The government should understand the public demands, should have a direct channel with citizens, should have insights for innovative initiatives, should be more agile and transparent. Which government is? No one. And should also have a visible impact on air quality. The companies should get insights from customers, should learn the impact of their business, should have smart tools to promote and communicate. Companies should also be more agile and transparent. Companies should also have a visible impact on air quality. And initiatives, other initiatives here, they should have more visibility. You deserve it. They should also discover other initiatives. They should engage with citizens. They should get more traction. They should have a visible impact on air quality. So all of this is missing here. So our approach is, okay, you said, we have a problem. Please solve this problem, right? This problem. Focus here. And we said, no, we want to be disruptive. Oh, we don't want to fix this problem. We want to fix the problem. The problem. Instead of proposing an incremental solution, 10%, 15%, maybe 20%, we want to go exponential. We want to change the game for everybody. Right? Right. So, timing is perfect. Today is 9, right? Really? 1 week before. Did you see that? We consumed everything the planet had to give us in a sustainable way last week. So from now on, we are taking more from Earth than Earth can give. So timing is freaking perfect. So as Salim Ismail, our guru, our evangelist would say, it's time to fix civilization. This is so exponential. So what is Inspire? I'm talking about Inspire all the time. Inspire is a platform that accelerates positive changes in a city by catalyzing connections between citizens and organizations through democratization of smart digital technologies. In other words, So this is the app, this is the prototype. Actually, I will write it down here. You have a website to check. So in this app, you can actually receive alerts about, wow, that's bad. Cesar. This is getting complicated, right? Yeah, I think I'll dance something. Time for samba. I'm a lousy Brazilian. You know why? I don't like soccer. And I must have some kind of defect. And yes, so that's funny. So I think your computer, you don't do a lot. So there you go again. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, I will sing the song. Okay. I think it goes to sleep or something. So, oh, hi man, thank you. No audio is coming out. No, tennis sonido. So, I'm a lousy Brazilian. Why? I don't like soccer. I have some kind of problem. I don't know why. Actually, my wife, she loves soccer. When we travel, for example, we are going to Egypt. She goes to Google and see who is the best soccer player in Egypt. So when we go to Egypt, the taxi driver always asks, oh, you come from Brazil, Ronaldinho. And I point to her because I don't know anything about Ronaldinho. And she knows everything about Abu Tripa, who is the best player in Egypt. She is good. I'm not so good. So, and I don't dance the samba either. So I'm not a good Brazilian. Actually, I'm from São Paulo, and people from São Paulo are a little boring. So that, maybe next time I'll hire somebody from Rio or something actually nice. So let's see if they can fix it. Playback devices. So, aqui podem checar ahorita. Inspire Colombia.today. If you check the website, actually, I will give this domain to the city. This is my thank you domain for the. So I bought this domain. InspireColombia.today is a website. We have everything. We have the whole presentation. We have the videos. We have the prototype. You can check the prototype of the app and everything. So, recording device. So this is, you can check right now. InspireColombia.today. And this video here, if you want to see this video in Spanish, you can actually see on your smartphones. Inspira Colombia. It's all about inspiration here, folks. Inspira Colombia. With a big C, right? And we're having technical issues. So, you see how bad the pollution is today compared to here, right? Talking about visibility, right? Actually, it is the same. So sometimes you say, there is no pollution, but the pollution is there. So it's all about visibility. But talking about the app, the platform is meant for the citizens can report when they see pollution, they feel bad, and the government get all those informations crossing with sensors from all over the place, and they can have like a map where the pollution is impacting people. And in the app, I can find initiatives that I can engage. For example, you have an initiative, I can engage with your initiative. I can buy your product because you're selling like masks or something. So it's all about trying to make pollution visible to the citizen and making health and the impact visible to everybody else. Yeah? So what do you want to do with that? And I will explain you how. What's the whole thing here? We are going to catalyze change by making the impact of pollution visible, the health impact, the happiness impact, the political impact, the economic impact. People are living in Medellin, are living in the valley. We want to make government action and inaction visible. It's too easy to be government these days. We want to make it harder. We want to make it a little harder, right? We want to make positive initiatives visible. So many initiatives, like a low-carbon city, they are not visible enough. We want to make them visible. We want to make the polluters visible and accountable. You know why? Because the fines are not enough. The fines are too low. The money you have to pay if you pollute is too low. They don't care, but they care about their image, right? So we want to make them visible. And we want to make citizens part of the solution, creating an accelerated cultural change. So this was a very important event. Who was there? El Colombiano promoted a discussion called Por base de aburrar con aire mais limpio. This is Dr. Marta Lucia Ospina. We heard to them. You know why we heard her? Let's listen to Marta Lucia.
Este es como el panorama real de lo que tenemos y no podemos pensar que podemos sacar cifras de la manga y decir estos 5 se murieron por esto y eso. No es posible hacerlo, porque eso, como digo, es un factor que viene a contribuir en toda la pila de factores que nos están produciendo la carga de morbimortalidad en Colombia. Entonces quiero terminar con un anuncio. Nosotros desde hace un año estamos alrededor del tema de clima y salud y contaminación y salud, tanto de agua como de aire. Estamos pensando como otros países, no solamente nosotros, y nos reunimos con otros países en ciertos espacios, los institutos nacionales de salud del mundo, en la cual el Instituto de Colombia es por primera vez en su historia del board, del consejo directivo, y hemos hablado, ¿será que es posible desarrollar un modelo predictivo? ¿Será que es posible llegar a construir unos patrones de comportamiento epidemiológico de los eventos en salud y poder relacionarlos con clima o con contaminación?
This is the most complicated question for health professionals. What is the impact of pollution? You asked us to solve PM 2.5. Why? It's not PM 2.5, it's the impact on people. That's what we want to know. We want to focus on how people are feeling. And you know Sura, right? Who is the gem of Sura? Is Gabriel Mesa Nichols. I showed him the video didn't work. And he sent me in WhatsApp.
Hi, this video is just to talk about health pollution and what happens in the cities. And as a medical doctor, I know that we want to live longer lives, we want to have happier and fuller lives, but we also have more people and more pollution that makes life worse. So it's actually our responsibility to take charge, to be fully responsible, to monitor and to help others be as responsible as we want to be, and understand that air quality is actually a goal for the government, the people, companies, and everybody working together. So it's not only the purpose of people waiting for the government to fix problems, but actually to be in charge and to be empowered. So I think it's a great solution. I know healthcare systems are not sustainable the way they are, and if we don't take care of ourselves, for health and responsibility for how we live, we're just not going to be able to afford it, and the dream of having fuller lives is just going to be impossible.
It's all about people. It's all about cultural change. It's all about people engaging. If we don't fix that, we can bring new toys, new gadgets, new technologies. It's never going to change. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you so much. So this is the prototype that you can find there. So the prototype is a simple app. You can check the pollution around you. You will get alerts when the pollution is too bad around you. So I'm going to my job, so the pollution is too high, I got an alert. I can actually take pictures to say, hey, mayor, do something. Hey, company, do something. I can post pictures. I can also see nice ideas that I can actually buy things. I can join initiatives. You can test that right now. This is online right now. You can test it right now. So Inspire quantifies the demand for a clean city. Now people know who wants a clean city, and satisfies the demands with solutions from our stakeholders. So we want to have an ecosystem of stakeholders that are powering Inspire. So this is actually a diagram showing all the information flow and everything. The pink circle is the Inspire platform. But the most important thing is, for example, I get an alert on my phone, as you have seen on the video, right? Saying, oh, the pollution is too bad. So maybe I take a picture or not. So this goes to Inspire. Inspire has like a workflow platform. So the mayor, he said, whoa, Renee is posting something. What should I do? Should I send to the traffic department, to the health department? I don't know. So there is a workflow there. And the platform, actually, one of the most interesting things, it integrates with all possible sensors. From SIATA, from, what is the initiative of Steve Adler? The purple something, the open data. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful initiative. We want to connect with pretty much everything. Using AI, we want to cross everything and have like a dashboard. Not only with sensors of PM 2.5, but people sensors. Ah, you're there. Hi, Benjamin. Nice to see you. And so when I post something, I get rewarded, so I get credits on my prepaid phone. Yeah, that's not bad. And innovators also can get insights, so they can create better innovations. And citizens, they become a power of change. They are monitoring the city. They are watching for the city. How are we going to build that? From scratch? No, we are going exponential. We want to go the Lego way. We want to connect platforms. we are developing a cloud infrastructure. So everything we're seeing here, so you have a user, and user is actually using an app. The app is a very interesting kind of app. It's called Progressive Web Application. Who watched the Google I.O., the latest one? So it's a very interesting kind of app. It will connect to our platform. In the platform, there is a workflow. Workflow is powered by Zuri, which is a cloud platform. And all the AI, you know the AI? It's IBM Watson. We talk with IBM. And all the communication and messages and everything is powered by IBM Blue Mix. They are really excited about it. We are talking to them in São Paulo. And the credits for the phone, it's a company called Minutrade. They are coming to Colombia. They are talking with Éxito, with Claro. It's called Minutrade. So the platform, the workflow platform, will allow us, it is actually the backbone of the whole proposal. It's called a low-code platform as a service. Do you know what low-code is? It's a solution that is very easy to implement. So it's a customizable workflow, very easy to integrate. The data belongs to us, and it will allow us to create Inspire Medellín, Inspire Rio Negro, Inspire Burra, quantos Inspire we want. So it will enable everything you have seen in the video. So creating a workflow is very simple. It's a drag and drop operation. So video is not working, no problem at all. So this is about the app. It's a progressive web application. It's basically a web. It has access to sensors and metadata and everything. It's great for the slow connections. This is good. And also runs offline. We want to do something inclusive. We want to promote digital inclusion. We don't want something for Samsung Galaxy Note 8, right? Actually, I want one, but don't tell anybody. So it will empower everything we have seen in the video is the app. So we also have, hello, Cesar. Sorry to say, but I hate your computer. It's amazing. I hate it. Your computer just froze.
From now on, it's bring your own device voice.
Oh, okay. Wait for the program. Okay. No, so we have this. I don't know how to fix that. So we have this platform. We also have IBM Watson for artificial intelligence. We also have the IBM Blue Mix for campaign management. And we also have, like I told you, Minutrade for that. And the good point about this is that these platforms are cloud platforms. So we are not investing a lot of money. We pay as we go. We pay as we grow. For example, Zuri, it works as a fee. We pay a fee for that. And Cesar, can you please help me? Can somebody help me here?
Yeah, we have 1 minute left.
1 minute left,
Yeah,
despite all the problems.
Over 25 minutes now in the presentation.
Okay, so folks.
And let's go into the question.
Okay, that is not nice. Okay, so the thing is, so we are going to a cloud platform. Why? We want to reduce costs, we want agility, and our business model is some users will have premium access. For example, if the government wants to have access to the platform, to the workflow and everything, to dashboards and insights and everything, he pays a fee. We have an inspiration. In Brazil, there is a company called Colab. They are doing a basic version of Inspire. Colab is for the citizens. I find a hole in the street. I take a picture, goes to the mayor has to do something about it. They are already in 7 cities. Recife, Niterói, so it's sustainable, it's working, it's even more simple than that. And we are also counting on advertising and promotions for companies can advertise their brands to our customers, and we'll gather so much data. You know why? With this platform, we can build the same platform, Inspire Medellín, Inspire Rio Negro, Inspire para toda la Colombia, montón de Inspires, y todos con database de clients. Al final, at the end, we have like a massive database of clients, and that we can have a lot of insights for innovators, for the government, for everything. So our role as Inspire is try to make what is actually not working anymore. People are not engaging. People are not being part of anything. So we're creating a lot of isolated solutions that don't get any traction. So we are trying to gather engagement from people so they can engage and all initiatives can become more sustainable. Our business model is quite simple, but our costs are also really low. And the main thing here is actually we are trying to make the city, what is the word? Chévere? What is the word? We want to make a city that is cool to live in. So why do you live in a city? Why it's only PM 2.5 or not? No, it's because you're part of it, you are fighting for it, you are active citizen, you're engaging citizen, you're putting pressure on the government. So this is how the proposal of Inspire. I'm so sorry that we have so many technical problems. Actually, again, I invite you guys. You can see the entire PowerPoint presentation is here. The prototype, the videos are here. You can check pretty much everything. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't disappoint my whole team because, I mean, technology sometimes sucks.
We can do it. Let's go to questions.
Let's go to, yeah.
I'm going to restart my computer. We're going to switch to mapping computer.
Nice, thank you.
And see what can we do.
Thank you, sure. Okay, folks, questions, yeah.
So, 1 second. I'm going to mute. I'm going to move them to
Rene,
mapping.
I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Luciano.
Sure.
Can you synthesize in one single phrase what is your massive transformative purpose of your app?
There is nothing more exponential than people, and I want to get people involved to exponentialize the transformations. So we want people involved. That's exponential.
And in this particular case related to the air quality?
The thing is, we have to change behavior. That's what Gabriel Mesa said. If we don't change perception, behaviors, forget about it. If people are still thinking like Chinese people buying cars like crazy and trying to be consumerists and everything, we have to change behavior. I told you about the Earth. 1 week ago, it was gone. Can we live like that forever? So we have to change behavior. If we don't get, pretty soon Medellin and all the cities will become like a Greek ruin. Porque não vai sobrar nada. Sim.
Thank you for the presentation.
Oh, I
do
tried.
like the approach of changing people's behavior.
Sure.
I do see that as the right approach to really change.
And you have a history of that. It happened in Medellin once. You changed the city once. You changed the behavior, you changed the perception. That's amazing. Congratulations.
My question for you would be, what is the strategy for engaging people in this crowdsourced platform?
Excellent question. Our idea, and we are trying to go exponential too, it's the influencers. We have to identify who are the most important influencers in YouTube and whatever, social media, and to bring them aboard. And we also think if any institution, for example, an university or the government, they want to sponsor and they want to promote the cause, they can help us also engage in people. We have a few conversations with Thermeco, a few companies, and they say, hey, I would like to make some kind of test with my customer base or something, because it's all about engaging people and getting data about them, and getting like a direct channel to their behavior. Yep.
Okay, and next, the follow-up question on that will be, let's say people get on board and exponentially just sign up to
Yes.
the platform. But in these kind of platforms, people get excited like really
Yes.
soon and then just dive out.
Yeah, that's a challenge. That's not easy. That's definitely not easy. I know that people today, they're using like WhatsApp and posting things to Facebook, which is a waste of energy because it doesn't change anything. So I complain to you, it doesn't change anything. We want to channel that in something that is sustainable, that makes energy. But again, it's a challenge. It's not easy. You have done that before. You have done it with the metro, you have done it with the guerrillas thing and everything. So we have done that before and we have to do it again. But it's all about experimentation, what actually works and touches the hearts of people. This is something that actually, it was my last slide. I want hearts and souls. There is no technology without hearts and souls. I want to touch people's hearts. I want millions of hearts. I want millions of people sensors. I want to make people become sensors. Not only like in the, it reminds me the whole thing with the smartphone. Do you remember the Greek philosophy, the Plato's cave, the guy's inside a cave? That's the new smartphone. The guy's like inside a cave. He has to leave the cave and pay attention to the city. Yep. Next question. Hi, Paula.
It's again the question about sustainability.
Yes.
About the business model behind
Sure.
it, because we have a lot of projects here which are focused on citizen cooperation and
Yes.
so on. I'm just thinking about how would that be sustainable? Who would be your main investors?
That's a good question.
And that it's not only based on
Okay.
One
Oh, that's
area
good.
or a municipality is wanting to stay in this?
It's a good question. I really, it's a challenge for everybody, right? So when we are invited to help a city like Medellin, so it's not like building unicorns. We're not trying to build Tinder. You don't need Tinder, right? Nobody needs Tinder. Oh, another Tinder. So we want to solve the problem. So sometimes the problem is not the most sexy enterprise. It can be sustainable, but it's not necessarily a unicorn. We talked a lot with Collab, which is very similar. So citizen engagement, civic engagement, the government is paying for that. So they have very low costs, and it's working. So they are growing in 7 cities. So I think it is viable, especially because we are trying to include people with low-end smartphones, paying credits. If they collaborate.
Make your computer easier to use.
Wow. Well, I have to change my medication. I knew that was going to happen one day or the other. Okay. I think it was that arepa in the breakfast. No, just kidding. So the thing, it is a challenge, but that's why we went to a cloud infrastructure, because the costs grow as we grow. So for example, the IBM, they charge by every 1,000 messages. So in the very beginning, the cost is low. So Zuri is also the same. For 5 licenses, you pay also a low price. So we want to create a model that we can grow and test everything without spending a fortune in some kind of crazy infrastructure. So that's the idea. But it's challenging. Yes, it is.
Can I help you with that?
Sure.
In the business model we create, in that there's 3 types of incomes for the model. One is under citing and promotion. So, for example, all the providers that have solutions like, I don't know, filters, additives.
Team1.
They need advertising because you have all the networking that have like the movement of the citizens paying for that, for putting the products there. Also, we have partnerships, for example, the stakeholders. When we was on a Auteco, we want to invest money in creating some like conscience in air pollution. So we want to make like a partnership with different stakeholders in the city. And sending data, because we will have data of where the pollution is, how's the health of the people, and how the people are moving around the city.
Yeah.
We want to send that information to the government, to the health institutions, and to organizations. So we have to try with more.
We think it's a bet, right? We are not sure. But we think that this health data, how people are feeling, can be crucial, because this information doesn't exist. You have to wait people to go to the doctor, right? So now we have a sense what is going on, how people are feeling. Yeah, that's the thing is, there is 2 ways of seeing this. What happens if we do, and what happens if we don't? And if we don't do anything, I mean, what is going to happen if we don't do anything? If we don't engage people? If you don't recover what I mentioned before, the filotimo, the pleasure to serve the city. I have a slide there in my presentation somewhere inside that computer, which shows a comparison between Colombia and USA, in terms of values. So there is one value, which is individualism. Individualism in America, 91%, 91, very high. Here, 13, because people are more social. People collaborate with each other. So belonging and helping people. So that's why I think that engaging people here is more exponential than engaging people, I don't know, in New York. Actually, New York in the 70s was hell, was over. You know who saved New York? An engagement campaign. Do you remember the I Love New York? The I Heart New York? It was a civic campaign. Actually, the mayor of New York said, I'm screwed, I'm over. So he went to the president, I don't know who the president is, say, hey, please help me. You know what the president said to New York? Drop dead. That was the answer from the president. So he went back to New York, and the citizens saved the city. I think we have to do the same. I think we can teach Antioquia, we can teach Colombia, we can teach Latin America how to save a city. And it's all about people. If people don't engage, if people are thinking like consumerists, forget about it. It will become China. Okay, go again. I get excited.
My question is actually 2 parts.
Sure.
First, what exactly do you plan to do with the data? I only saw the end of the presentation, so sorry if I missed this.
Okay.
And also second, are you concerned that people might be a little bit worried about the privacy of their data?
Sure, definitely. Yes. That's one of the questions the IBM people was asking me too. So we are trying to anonymize as much as possible. And our idea of trying to get to cross as many information as possible from public sensors, from your sensors, from human sensors, was to have some kind of information that was actually meant something. If I provide you a map of the PM 2.5 in the city, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. But if we can, the challenge for us is how to make data relevant to people. Because people, they don't. How do you translate PM 2.5 to a single mother with a kid who has respiratory problems? You have to say, hey, he's sick because of that. So our challenge is, if it is possible, maybe not, to find some kind of way to cross that information and make it relevant to people. So people can find, for example, if you move to São Paulo and you pick the wrong neighborhood, you're going to get sick and we're moving back to Denmark the next week. A friend of mine, she went to a bad neighborhood. So imagine if you have a map, hey, if you have like respiratory problems, don't go there. So that's what we are trying to do. But it is a challenge. Yes, it is a challenge. We don't have a silver bullet. Yes, Paula. Sure.
I have seen that you actually, with Inspire, you're going to receive all the proposals from the citizens, and then you said it's a solution to actually bring it to the government.
Yes.
The government can implement improvements. Don't you think it's a bottleneck? Because
yes,
right
it is.
Now, the metropolitan area receives
100
proposals.
Yes, it is.
day,
Yes, it is.
And we can't fast enough.
Yes, it is.
So it's a risk.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And maybe, sure.
Sorry. And
Okay.
the second one was that you were saying that you're gonna give visibility to pollution violators.
Yes.
And also especially to trucks, like who actually pollute because
Yeah.
it's one of the biggest polluters. But a lot of people are informal. Like it's not that there is a company behind those trucks which pollute.
That's all right.
The majority are informal truck drivers.
Yeah.
So how?
Yeah, the whole thing about showing polluters for me is not okay. The police is gonna do something about it because it's like an informal thing. So it's not like CSI or something. Oh, I know who the guy is. No, it's not CSI. But I think it is a way because I think people are already doing that. In my presentations, I have a video from somebody that do that in WhatsApp. They are doing that in WhatsApp because they feel they have to do something about it. I think it's only a way to leverage on that wish to share and to make people aware. For me, it's much more than raising awareness and making people say, hey, this is not nice, this is not good. So in case of taking pictures of polluters, it's not CSI. We don't want people going to jail or anything like that, because or else we had a completely different story from the legal perspective and financial perspective. No, for me, it's only to capitalize in the public sentiment. For me, it's really about sentiment. Yep. One more question, folks?
I would say we have some questions in the Zoom.
Yes.
So let me try to put the...
Good luck with that.
So if there's anybody in the Zoom there who wants to ask a question, should be working now. Anyone?
Yeah, 1 second. No, we can't hear them.
Are they talking there?
Yeah, Sasha's talking.
Yeah, we cannot see them. So it's funny, when we are doing the Cuidar-me presentation, it was pretty much the same. the computer echo.
What happens is that you prepare your presentation in an Apple computer.
No, I don't like Apple. I hate it. I hate it. I'm a PC guy. I'm a PC kind of guy. I'm an Android kind of guy. You know? It's actually a PC.
A couple of the questions that were asked that we heard. Apologies, we haven't heard a lot of the questions in the room. On the privacy point, the platform will be totally encrypted, and it will be dual key encryption. All social plugins into the platform will be opt-in from a data sharing perspective. So users that do connect socially will be able to opt in, so their data sharing will be available. And to the point that the government bottlenecks, again, we're trying to just quantify the economic and public demand for solutions and identifying public to solve for those. So it's not just a push the problem onto the government. It's about identifying opportunities for stakeholders to solve those particular problems, but more importantly, creating a market and creating and identifying the demand for solutions by leveraging campaign.
So, Sasha, one question from me here for you, also Rene and the team. Who, based on what you say, who will be your strategic customer?
Sorry, Cesar, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, the question is, based on what you were explaining, I want to understand who will be the strategic customer who will be paying to Inspire.
So it'll be our major stakeholders that have particular pollution relevant solutions. There'll be other stakeholders that are looking for state-level data from the individuals who are engaging on the platform. So we will have direct pass-through from a data perspective. There'll be real estate companies that are looking to place and sell particular houses in different neighborhoods, supplying them with raw data about those neighborhoods and where these potential solutions are being implemented. And then, so those will be the primary ones. And then, government subsidies should they be interested. But we don't foresee the need to have government funding from the outset. We should be able to fund this through stakeholders that have particular solutions for some of these problems.
Can I add something as well? Hello?
Yes,
Javine.
Guys, if you can show your picture, your camera on, that would be better for the people here.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to mention another thing about the platform is that there will be advertising on the platform.
Yes, definitely,
so,
yes.
For example, if a citizen is capturing a picture of a polluter violating some laws or some regulations, imagine that person can receive push notifications of targeted advertising for solutions. For example, if it's a truck, they might be getting targeted advertising of diesel particulate filters, different types of fuels they can use. So the solutions, the workflows are going in a lot of different ways, in a targeted fashion.
Oh, folks, I mentioned that platform that is already doing that. It's called collab.re. Collab RE. So if you want to check that, it's a very interesting. Actually, just to give you an example, that what we are talking here is not like some pie in the sky thing. Collab, they got a global award innovation for civic engagement. I want to win this year, so they won last year. I think our proposal is better than that. So Collab, they got an award, a global award for civic engagement, and it's way much simpler. It's not so ambitious as what we are trying to do here. So please check Collab. It's in English.
I would like to check if there is any other question in the Zoom. Then we have also Luciana with a question.
Yes.
Here. But before we go with Luciana back to the room, anyone in the Zoom? Anyone with a raised hand?
I just asked.
Okay, so we can go ahead, Luciana.
Yes, I would like to know two
Maybe
key questions.
louder.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Two key questions here. One would be like, what is the impact matrix that you have for air quality and PM 2.5? This would be my first question. And if I understand the second thing would be around the business model. From what I understood, you will be selling mainly data to government or some institutions or companies that would be interested in this. How will you actually prove to these companies the reliability of your data and the coverage of it? And how long it will take you to bring data that you can say that is reliable?
Excellent point. Thank you so much. So the first part was the first part really? The microphone. What is the microphone?
Everybody listen. No, just to make sure. You guys on the Zoom, did you hear the question from Luciana?
Not really.
Yes, but not very well. Can you type it out, please?
Microphone something?
Shall I repeat it?
Yes.
But you can be very precise, maybe one by one as you ask.
Okay, first one, impact metric on PM 2.5 or air quality.
Okay, this is an excellent question. Why? Because I know that we have done something that was unexpected. You asked us to measure the PM 2.5. And I asked myself, why? Why? Because we cannot translate it into how people are feeling about the social impact. So we are talking here about change in behavior. So how much is it going to impact on everything? I cannot tell you right now, but it's pretty much like education. You know the cost of education? Try not doing that. So try not to invest in education. So I know that the primary task was, okay, you guys come from all over the planet to solve this little problem. And I said, okay, maybe yes, maybe no. But I know it's not very easy I don't have a precise answer. I'm not going to lie to you to come up with some magic numbers. I can tell you that I think if we don't do that, all the changes that we are going to have are incremental. So I don't have hard data right now. And talking about how to convince people that our data are worth something, actually we need first our plan is like in 3 steps. The insights from the data are from the second and the third step, because we need to gather a lot of data and see if we have some kind of really good insights. So to see if some correlations show up. So we are leaving that for phase 2 and 3, but it will be a challenge. That's why we are involving.
So Renee, sorry, can we just contribute a little bit to this response?
Oh, please.
Yeah, so as Renee was mentioning, it's difficult to determine causation, right? So how do you have particular behaviors that impact something as complex as PM 2.5? So what we would be doing is the ingestion of not only the human sensor and the kind of softer qualitative measures on the platform in terms of how people are feeling. We'll also be looking at things like time, date, duration, integration of sensor data that's already in place from the AP sensors, and then we're going to build out statistical models that can build at least correlative factors so that we can at least have a certain amount of data science to determine what type of impacts these projects and this data has on PM 2.5. So it'll be statistical and correlative, but it won't necessarily have causation.
And actually, and if we remember, no, just go on. Okay.
So actually, to the business model. So what you're saying, it's basically okay. We will correlate the data, but still, you have to make sure that people adopt this sensor, right? So it's a challenge there. So anyway. From your perspective, and coming back to your answer, is like, okay, we need to invest in this. Definitely, like lowering PMO 2.5 is a need, and education goes along with it. Now, if you are a government entity, you need to invest on an education perspective.
Sure.
How can you differentiate from others and prove that this is actually the initiative versus others? Because, they have a resource issue. They have to allocate. They cannot allocate.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Thank you so much. That's an excellent point. One of the key issues that we are trying to see, for example, if I am the mayor and I have like $1 million to spend in the city, where do I start? Where do I start? What is my criteria? Beautiful people, poor people? I don't know what's the criteria. Our idea is to gather data of where is the pollution worse and where are people more impacted. We don't have the data yet. We don't have anything about impact yet. So when we have any data about impact, and not only health, perception, satisfaction, people are like rebelling against the government. So when we have that data, now the government knows, these guys need more than Poblado. These guys need more than Envigado. Those guys need more. So we are trying to provide the government the critical data for decision making. And that is another thing. There is no freaking silver bullet in the planet. So there is not one single solution that is going to solve. All solutions are incremental. There is no exponential isolated solution. The only way to promote some kind of change, and if you see what happened, for example, in Santiago, they have a very successful story of getting the pollution down. You know what they did? Everything. There is no silver bullet. So they did pretty much everything. So all initiatives here are important. Your initiative, his initiative, her initiative, all. But the point is, it is not working. It is not working so far. There are so many initiatives that are shutting down, websites that are shutting down. They don't have people. What we are trying to do is to make all initiatives work. her initiative, your initiative, your initiative. If we don't do that, all initiatives will be like isolated toys. You know, you want to lose weight, you buy one of those things. 1 week later, it's like against the wall, and you're selling Mercado Libre. That's what we do. So if people don't engage, we'll have a lot of nice solutions selling in Mercado Libre. That's my point. Inspire is a way to do everything, to make everything work.
So just specifically, also just to bring it back to the data science point, sorry Renee for talking over you, but we can also build out attribution models that can identify particular projects.
Awesome. Good point. Good point. Yep.
So it'll be data-driven decision making.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's why we're putting the IBM Watson, the campaign automation on top of that, so we have really, really, really good correlations to prove our points. So, wow. You know the good thing about being a Brazilian is, yes.
I'm saying you have the final page at the end. So
okay, I'm done.
Now let's move into reactions, unless there is some final question from anyone here in the audience for Team 2 or in the Zoom. It's
just a joke. The good thing about being a Brazilian is that you can improvise even without a PowerPoint. So that's it. Even when the PowerPoint crashes, you can say something. Yep, that's it.
That's good. Very good. Thank you for that.